it's 5:30. I'm going to call this meeting to order. First item on our agenda is a citizens' general discussion. Is there anybody here who wishes to make general comments not pertaining to issues actually on the agenda? All right, I'll go ahead and close that. Next up, we have approval of minutes. Consider approval of May 21st, 2025 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the May 2025 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next up, we're going to administer the oath of office to Lisa Pendleton as our alternate one. Would you like her to come right up to the front here?
So, you wanna raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
I state your name.
Lisa Pendleton,
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office
alternate one,
of alternate one of the Planning and Zoning Commission
yeah, of the Planning and Zoning Commission,
of the City of Stephenville, Texas, and will, to the best of my abilities, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of the state, so help me God.
and I will do the best of my ability to preserve, protect, defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of the state, so help me God.
Ms. Pendleton, we're down a member, so if you could take the seat next to Nick.
I can, yes.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. We begin with application number PD 8927. Applicant Ryan Hill, representing Quattro Soto Properties LLC, is presenting a conceptual plan for planned development of property located at 640 North McCart, parcel R33266, being S5700, Shepherd and Collins, 411, Lot 4, to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas. Now, the next part written here is a mistake. It says from R3 multifamily to R2.5 integrated housing. That was not actually in the actual posted notice. That was an error just on this page. So disregard those elements. So this is a conceptual plan that we are hearing. Steve, would you like to elaborate?
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners, and welcome aboard, Commissioner Pendleton. As you mentioned, there is an error on the agenda, but the notice of public hearing that was sent out to the newspaper is correct. This is a plan development request. The first step in a plan development is to come to the commission with a conceptual plan, and that is what Mr. Ryan Hill is here for tonight. In your packet, you will see that this property is currently zoned R3 multifamily. The old future land use in the 2008 or the 2030 comprehensive plan was also R3 multifamily, but under the 2050 comprehensive plan, future land use is community core. If you look at the definition of community core, it calls for a diverse set of housing types with medium density. This particular plan development, they are proposing roughly 14.5 units per acre, and that it falls very closely in line with what the R2.5 would allow at 14 units for a townhome. The reason we're asking for a consideration of a plan development on this is that we can't, with the site plan, meet all of the requirements of R2.5 or R3. They are needing to reduce the lot width dimension for singly platted townhomes from a 30-foot wide lot to a 20-foot wide lot. I think there may be some other variances that were concessions that we'll have to ask for as we get deeper into the site plan. When we look at setback requirements, landscape buffer requirements, it's going to be really close. But after talking to Mr. Hill and his associate, we felt that this plan development would be the best approach. Earlier in the process, they had submitted some renderings, which are in your packet. That was probably in the first week or so of our discussion, and a floor plan as well. But today they sent us some updated renderings and updated floor plans, and so those are in there for your review and consideration. One other point I would like to make is Mr. Hill is not a stranger to our community. He has is currently wrapping up a project over at 2290 Tarleton. It's a good addition to the neighborhood. That came before you for a rezone to R2.5, and it also required some variances at the time. Once they got started, they were able to get the project underway and quickly, and the progress has been pretty amazing to me how quickly they moved along on that, and they should be wrapping up just here in the next few weeks from what I'm seeing. Mr. Hill is here to present his conceptual plan. Again, the reason for this meeting is to ask that the commission provide some feedback and input to Mr. Hill so that when he does come back next month with his full development plan, he's able to address any of the concerns that you may have tonight. So with that, Madam Chair, I'd be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Steve?
Yes, why is this not being requested for a PD zone instead of a 2.5?
That's what we alluded to earlier.
Oh,
There's a
so that was the
typo
mistake.
on the,
Yeah.
typo
Okay.
on that document.
I understand.
But the notice of
Okay.
public hearing was correctly advertised. And to that point, this is, no formal action will be taken tonight other
Right.
than the communication with the developer. So technically, this is not required to be a public hearing. It's just a matter of formality to have the plan introduced to the commission.
Right.
Other questions?
Have you done a traffic study yet to see where
No,
all
sir,
this-
no traffic study at this time.
Because I know there's a lot of issues around that campus there.
That's true, yeah, but directly across the street, we just approved a R3 development.
You know.
Anything else? All right, thank you. Mr. Hill, would you like to speak about your plan?
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for the intro, Steve. Yeah, and sorry for the last minute bait and switch with the renderings. We didn't have anything at the time when we were working with Steve, but yeah, we're excited about it. Like Steve has said, it's already R3 multifamily, but we're kind of wanting to do more of a townhome product. And as part of that, we wanted to do fee simple platting, which wouldn't be possible with R3. So we're looking to do an R25 base zoning, something real similar. I think there's a townhome product over on Clark Lane, very similar to that. We're a little bit bigger than those lots, so less of a variance, I guess, from R25 than what those guys did. But something similar as far as layout goes. One cool thing about this that we're excited about is we're proposing, and it's on the architecture plan, that we're wanting to do rooftop terraces on these. Kind of give a cool amenity that we haven't seen here in Stephenville. We've seen this at TCU and other campuses that have some of these condos and townhomes that have that. So we're excited about that. And another thing that we'll ask in our PD is to get some leeway on some of the height restrictions, just for above roof line architectural features, parapet walls, doorways coming in from the stairwell will have to have a rise on it, which you can kind of see on there as well. But yeah, we're excited about it. We want it to be simple, so we have the ability and flexibility to sell some of these lots individually instead of one big unit. It's less than a block away from Hook Elementary, so for first-time home buyers, for young families, there's ability to buy a home that's affordable, that they can walk to school. Obviously, you're 2 blocks away from Tarleton as well, so there's we think value in that as well. So yeah, I think Steve covered all the stuff. So if you've got any other questions, we're more than happy to answer any questions that you might have.
So just to clarify, these are individually platted townhomes. Is the plan that they're 4-bed, 4-bath, it looks like?
Yes, they all have
Okay.
ensuite bathrooms. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they're the 3 stories with like I said, like a rooftop terrace, a deck.
What's the square footage?
They're a little over 1,400 square feet apiece. So fairly big for a townhome.
And in terms of parking, what are you allotting per unit?
So R25 requires 2 spots per unit. We're proposing 4.5 spots. So we're trying to overpark it for worst case. So,
Okay.
and working on the other project with Steve, we know that's a pain point for Stephenville is parking. So we wanted to make sure that we added something to this that would be a benefit.
Other questions?
As far as the drainage for this property, if you have to have a drainage situation, where would you propose it?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So the center here. the land here. The center, we kind of have a grass courtyard. That'll serve as detention. And we actually screened it out with the blue line to, yes, sir, yeah. Very similar to what we did on another project. And I'm also an engineer by trade, so drainage is something that first thing we look at.
Could we see some of this on the screen?
Probably page 17.
You want a handout? I have a.
If you have a handout.
Yes, sir, I have the whole, anybody else want a hard copy?
Yeah, I would love one.
Just in case Steve can pull off the magic when getting in there.
Thank you.
Just do that.
Ms. Pendleton also needed one.
Oh, sorry about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, do that.
And you said that you're gonna be selling these units for
I'm just gonna look at yours.
single families?
Yes, sir, individual, they'll able to be sold.
I looked at it.
See, there's
Madam Chair.
a yellow
since he has it-
lines kind of denote where the property lines would be. And it'll have a shared access easement,
Okay.
individually water metered, individual sewer.
And what's your, what's the estimated
Okay,
selling
so
price
that's
for
part of
these?
it.
I knew you were gonna ask that, so
And so these-
once we get the building materials figured out, then we'll be able to nail it down, but we're hoping to break the 300 barrier. I mean, we're gonna hopefully get in the mid to high 200s.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Okay.
Thank you.
On the agenda, we have a public hearing scheduled. I know we don't have to have a public hearing. However, I'll go ahead and open one because I see that there's somebody in the audience. Do you wish to speak, ma'am, or no?
I'm just here to.
Just to listen and
I
observe.
own property behind that,
Okay.
so I'm curious as to how it's going to affect me.
Oh. Anybody wish to speak in a public hearing for or against this project? I'll go ahead and close it. Commissioners, our job today is simply to provide feedback. So, what are your thoughts?
I like it. Looks good.
Yeah, 4-bed, 4-bath. Would have loved that when starting out. Cool, that's pretty nice. I think the fear of course, will always be, the students are gonna buy it. Yeah, that's the pushback you're gonna hear, but I don't see any way around that.
Especially that first campus.
Yeah, but, if they're individually platted for sale, it's that much more difficult. I'm sorry, I can't at this point. Anybody else have anything they want to contribute?
I'm just worried about the traffic right now, because of being so close to college and so close to elementary school, it's already been part of the thing.
I love all the extra parking.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Brookside
second
Terrace. 4-bed, 4-bath is awesome. Yeah, I think it's a nice starter and a good price point for people trying to get into the market. Yeah. Do we have anything we need to add?
Can I assume we're going to replat the two properties here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's what I thought.
All right.
Obviously right next to each other, so.
All right,
I
other
assume
thoughts
that's
or
the case.
concerns? We good? All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and leave you with those thoughts. And since the next item is just a replica of the first, do we need to go through the rigmarole? Okay. Then, I believe we're done. So, we need
Move to adjourn.
we need one of those. Move to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Thank you. Ma'am, if you have concerns, you might want to ask Mr. Hill right there.